One Sprinter van, a few tour guides from the Coolidge National Medal of Honor Heritage Center, and a bit of an early wake-up call.
These guys are pushing high speeds on these trains.
The story of the Andrews Raiders has been told more times than anyone can count.
This is the room that James Andrews and some of the Raiders slept in the night before stealing the locomotive, the General.
Books, movies, museums.
But the real classroom is out in the world, right?
April 11th, 1862, only 22 of the 24 Raiders made it here to Marietta. The next morning, 20 men bought tickets to ride a train called the General, a train they were about to steal. Oh, and there were 20 because 2 never got a wake-up call and they overslept. They ride the train to the next stop, and most passengers get off for breakfast.
They actually steal the train in Kennesaw, Georgia, Big Shanty.
The Raiders raced the General north through Georgia, and our group traced the General's path. You guys have a lot of stuff.
Well, it's an important part of our history here in Adairsville.
Most people, when they think of this mission, that it's like an exceptionally long mission. By the time they steal that train and bail out just 2 miles north of Ringgold, it's only been a little over 6 hours.
Just north of Ringgold is the place those 20 Raiders abandoned the train and ran. All 22 who made it to Marietta were eventually captured and jailed. 8 of them court-martialed as spies and were hanged in Atlanta, including Shadrach and Wilson. Technically a failed mission, but one that helped the Union win the Civil War.
This was extremely important for the morale of the North, and enlistment skyrocketed after the Andrews Raiders raid.
Today, the 8 Raiders who were executed are buried here at Chattanooga National Cemetery. At this point, 4 of those grave markers are inscribed with the words Medal of Honor written in gold. Soon, Philip Shadrach and George Wilson will get new gravestones to finally match the ones of their fellow Raiders who traveled with them on that Southern Railroad into history. And although those soldiers will never wear the medal around their necks, those 2 men will join their fellow Raiders among the most valorous service members in our nation's history. Thanks to the Medal of Honor Heritage Center for organizing that trip. That ceremony will be at the White House coming up on Wednesday of this week.